Mark, reading the poetry of Teddy Macker, who I will interview on Monday. His poetry stops time. Equal parts Wendell Berry, Gary Snyder, St. Francis, and yet completely his own man. I can't recommend him enough. His poem, titled A Poem for My Daughter, was my gateway, and the tears haven't stopped since. I put a copy of his book, This World, in the mail for you. Best read in the still of night, when the boys are in bed, and a taste of whiskey is not far from your lips. What you just heard was a text I sent my brother before I interviewed the orchardist, college lecturer, and poet, Teddy Macker. Welcome to another episode of Contemplify, the base camp for budding contemplatives seeking to kindle and examine life. I'm the host, Paul Swanson. This mini-episode is just a taste of Teddy Macker's poetry. My full interview with Teddy Macker will be released tomorrow and includes more poems. So for now, sit back, sip on something slowly, and let Teddy's words wash over you. With that, here's Teddy Macker reading A Poem for My Daughter from his book, This World.
This is a poem for my daughter, which I wrote probably 4 years ago now, in the welter of grief. It came to me, and it had been what's the word? Percolating, I guess, for months and months, and then it came out of me, and I think it's a distillation of what I learned on this night sea journey, as some people call the grief journey. A poem for my daughter. It seems we have made pain some kind of mistake, like having it is somehow wrong. Don't let them fool you. Pain is a part of things. But remember, dear Ellie, the compost down in the field. If the rank and dank and dark are handled well, not merely discarded, but turned and known and honored, they one day come to beds of rich earth, home even to the most delicate rose. God comes to you disguised as your life. Blessings often arrive as trouble. In French, the word blesser means to wound, and relates to the Old English bletsion, to sprinkle with blood. And in Sanskrit, there is a phrase to carry with you wherever you go, sarvam anam, everything is food, every last thing. The Navajo people, it is said, intentionally wove, obvious flaws into their sacred quilts. Why? It is there, they say, in the mistake, in the imperfection through which the Great Spirit moves. Life is easy, yes, and life is hard. Life is simple, yes, and life is complex. We are tough, yes, but we are also fragile. Everything's eternally perfect, but help out if you can. Work on becoming a native of mind, a native of heart. No thought, no feeling could ever be bad. It's just another creature in the bestiary of Buddha, the bestiary of Christ. Knowing this down to the marrow could save you, dear one, much needless strife. Remember that wild and strange animals paused to drink at the pond of the Buddha's mind, even after he saw the morning star. No matter what you do, no matter what happens, it is impossible to leave the path. Let me say that one more time. No matter what you do, no matter what happens, it is impossible to leave the path. Believe it or not, dear Ellie, some folks carefully imagine hideous gods tearing at flesh, clawing at faces, eating human hearts, and drinking cups of blood. Why? To shake hands with the whole catastrophe, to cultivate the noble idiot yes. According to their tradition, there are 84,000 skillful means, 84,000 tactics of wakefulness, 84,000 ways to become spaciously alive, 84,000 ways to be at home in your life and in this world. And many of those skillful means are like this one, enlightenment through endarkment. Life appears to be fundamentally ambiguous, wily, every-colored, unpin-downable. For evidence of this, spend time with trees. Over and over they say, there is no final word. And big decisions concerning relationships, concerning children, concerning death, are rarely made cleanly. In general, be wary, even if just a little, of talk of purity, of goodness, of light. To love everything, not just parts. To love all of yourself, not just certain traits. To rest in not knowing. To carry the cross and to lay your burden down. To savor the medicine blue of moon, the fierce sugar of tangerine. To be a Christ unto others, a Christ unto oneself. To laugh, to be shameless, wild, and silly. To know fully, headlong, without compunction, the ordinary magic of our beautiful human bodies. These seem worthwhile pursuits, lifelong tasks. By way of valediction, dear Ellie, I pass along some words from our many gracious teachers. Eden is. The imperfect is our paradise. All is grace.
Damn. Thanks again, Teddy. My thanks to Teddy Macker. More from him on the next episode of Contemplify. And how about this new theme music? A big tip of the hat to Charles Enns and Darren Hovius for providing the new marvelous theme music for Contemplify. This song is titled Laying Side.